At Radiant Spirit, we are proud of our dedication to accessibility in all aspects of our operations. We recognize the importance of inclusivity and strive to make everyone, regardless of ability, feel welcome and valued. Accessibility is more than just a goal. It is a core value that informs everything we do. We are dedicated to upholding the standards established by the Accessibility for Ontarians with Disabilities Act, AODA, and constantly improving our practices to better serve our diverse community. The 5 aspects of AODA which we prioritize: accessibility, making products, services, facilities, housing, employment, buildings, structures, and premises accessible to people with disabilities. Accommodation, making reasonable accommodations for people with disabilities so they can fully participate in all aspects of life, such as employment, education, and access to goods and services. Equity, promoting equity by removing barriers and ensuring that individuals with disabilities have equal opportunities and access to resources and services. Compliance, ensuring that organizations follow the requirements and standards outlined in the AODA legislation and related regulations. Inclusivity, creating environments that are inclusive and welcoming to individuals of all abilities, backgrounds, and identities. Employment standard policies, recruitment, assessment, and selection. We believe in fair and equitable hiring practices. Our recruitment processes are intended to remove barriers and provide equal opportunities to all candidates. Accessible formats and communication supports. We understand the value of accessible communication. Our workplace offers accessible formats and communication support to employees with disabilities, ensuring that everyone can fully participate and engage. Workplace emergency response information. Your safety is our top priority. Our workplace emergency response information includes guidelines for accommodating employees with disabilities in emergency situations. Documented individual accommodation plans. We understand that each person is unique. We develop documented individual accommodation plans to meet the unique needs of employees with disabilities, fostering an inclusive and supportive workplace. Career development and advancement policies. We are committed to promoting the professional development and advancement of all employees. Our career development policies ensure that people of all skill levels have equal access to training, mentoring, and advancement opportunities. Customer service standard policies, personal assistive devices. We support the use of personal assistive devices by customers with disabilities. Our employees are trained to assist customers in using these devices to access our services and facilities. Service animals and support personnel. Service animals and assistive personnel are always welcome at Radiant Spirit. We recognize their critical role in assisting people with disabilities and make sure they are accommodated appropriately. Notice for temporary disruptions. In the event of a temporary disruption to our services or facilities, we will notify customers, including people with disabilities, to minimize inconvenience. Alternative plans will be made whenever possible. Customer service training. Our employees receive extensive training in accessible customer service to ensure they have the knowledge and skills to help customers with a variety of needs. This training covers how to interact with people with disabilities in a respectful and effective manner. Feedback process. Your feedback is invaluable to us. We have established a feedback process to collect information from customers, including those with disabilities, about their experiences with our services. We appreciate your suggestions for improvements and will take appropriate action to address any issues. Communication and information standard policies, accessible emergency information. We prioritize making emergency information accessible to everyone, which includes people with disabilities. Our procedures ensure that emergency information is available in easily accessible formats, as well as communication support, allowing for timely and effective responses. Feedback from customers and employees. We actively seek feedback from customers and employees to identify areas for improvement in our communication and information practices. Your feedback allows us to continually improve accessibility and inclusivity. Accessible formats and communication supports. We provide accessible formats and communication supports upon request to ensure that information is accessible to all people. This includes large print, braille, electronic text, and audio formats. Emergency procedures. Our emergency procedures are created with accessibility in mind. We have procedures in place to ensure that people with disabilities can safely and effectively evacuate our facilities in the event of an emergency. Accessible websites and web content. Our commitment to accessibility includes our online presence. Our website and digital content comply with WCAG, Web Content Accessibility Guidelines, standards to ensure that they are accessible to people of all abilities.